Crazy 8, the Rio City pack, and the importance of sneakerheads. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this is Today in Sneaks. Let's start with the Adidas Crazy 8, which has taken a little time off since it started the retro last year. Today the model rocks a bright orange and white colorway that I like and still stands as a favorite for those that actually like to ball in their retro kicks. We actually saw these, well not this colorway, but a few NBA players were wearing the Crazy 8 this year in the game, so we did get to see this model on court. This pair is available right now at select retailers including Oneness for $110. Now, most of us may never actually make it to Rio, but we can get kicks that are inspired by the city. Nike Sportswear continues to pepper us with looks inspired by the city of Rio de Janeiro, and today introduced the Rio City pack. Now, the collection includes the Air Max 90, the Roshi Slip-On, the Air Max Motion City, and the Shox Turbo 14, which is not pictured here. The collection features a nice mix of blues, yellows, blacks, and greens, which fit right in with the Brazil theme. You can look for the full collection to release on May 30th for $80 or between $80 and $210. Do sneakerheads really matter? Well, that's a tough question to answer, but Matt Powell over at Forbes, he gave it a go today. As I said before, the article was written by Matt Powell and it's up on Forbes right now, and it takes a purely by the numbers approach to the sneakerhead community, and at the end of the day says that sneakerheads don't really matter much in the grand scheme of things. It's estimated that last year the sports footwear industry made about $20 billion last year. Of that $20 billion, $1.1 billion of that comes from sneakerheads, or those categorized as sneakerheads. Basically, that means only 5% of the overall total is from the sneakerhead community. Of that $1.1 billion, it's made up of marquee basketball, Jordan, retro, and collaborations. Now, that does not take into account runners, which sneakerheads wear, and trainers, which I know sneakerheads as well, which could also inflate that $1.1 billion number to a lot more. The second thing is, what exactly is a sneakerhead? Is it someone that buys hype shoes? Is it someone that has a lot of shoes? Is it someone that plays sports and buys basketball shoes? Is it a LeBron fan? Is it a Kobe fan? Is it a Roger Federer fan? What exactly is a sneakerhead? That variable makes a huge difference in how that number stacks up. Another thing that Matt said is that sneakerheads and the sneakerhead press really don't have a lot of impact on the overall industry. Now, while I can understand Matt's perspective on this, I do think it's a little bit short-sighted. He feels that everyone in the sneakerhead industry just copy and paste information. Well, I think there are plenty of people within our industry that do original content. I just don't think that Matt has taken the time, or that he's seen some of this original content. So I feel like that point is a little short-sighted on Matt's part, but again, this is just my opinion. Another thing that Matt said is that the sneaker media or the sneaker press or people like me are afraid to speak the truth. While again, I can understand his perspective on that and see where certain people would make him think that way, but to make that a blanket statement is no better than someone on Twitter calling Matt a numbers guy and only recognizing or understanding Excel sheets, which is obviously not true. I think Matt confuses the business and the consumer side. Most of the sites that he's talking about, or that he's giving these reviews to, are consumer sites, and they talk about it from a consumer's perspective. I think it's no different than TechCrunch and The Verge. Both are technology sites, but they cover technology in vastly different ways. Well, I could really go on about this, but I want you guys to tell me your opinions. Why don't you let me know down in the comments, are sneakerheads important? But before you do that, hop over and read the article and then come back and let me know what you think, whether he's right, he's wrong, he's kind of right, he's kind of wrong. Either way, let me know down in the comments. Well, that's going to do it for the show today. I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is Today in Sneaks. As always, I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Peace.